All right, guys. So this thing happened to me just recently. You ever been in a situation where you have a whole list of things you want to do for the day, got a couple hours of working to do, and then when it finally comes to do the work, you realize your brain is scattered. You have brain fog, you're so frazzled, you're tired, and it's just an extreme case of procrastination. You just cannot get started. Something else grabs your attention, and it looks like your entire day is going to be shot. Well, that's me today. I was supposed to make this video 2 hours ago, and so, but I realized that there's something I can do to help me get through this. I want to share that with you today. It's very, very simple, so this won't take long. Basically, the first part I learned from Jordan Peterson is eat some sort of protein, especially if you're hungry. If you notice when you're scattered and you have this sort of brain fog issue, sometimes you might feel like you're hungry. I felt like I was hungry. And he said, eat some sort of protein. So find your favorite source of protein: meat, eggs, cheese, beans, nuts, whatever that happens to be for you. Um, Eat that. Eat like something small, like a tiny snack. I find that helps refocus the mind and bring things together. Now, you might have already procrastinated half an hour into your schedule or your plan, and so your plan is ruined. And depending on how severe your brain fog is, what you can do to change it back. All I did is I wrote down a simple task, something from the plan that I can do. That's incredibly simple. You want to make the barrier of starting as small and as easy to conquer as possible. So you want to remove all the minutia, all the extra steps, all the extra stuff. You want to make it the most simple task, because once you start something, it's easier to keep going. But it's like starting in first year. You can't get the six by starting at first. And a lot of times when we approach productivity and these big chunks of time that we're supposed to be productive with, we try to start in sixth gear. And if we're already having a frazzled day or something like that, that doesn't really go too well. Doesn't go too well for me. So I happen to have written down two things on my notepad, but if you're really having like a tough day, like just write one thing and make it the simplest thing and get starting, and you'll find that just the action of doing something will allow you to keep rolling forward. And so that's like my new, because I just developed it now, two-step process for kind of like getting myself at least semi back on track. And as soon as you are on back on track, you want to remake a plan, because if the plan is like 2 hours old where you've already procrastinated like 1, 2, 3 hours, like you're not going to do the original plan. You don't have time. And if you try to make yourself do the original plan, you're just going to feel stressed and overwhelmed, and you're going to find a way to procrastinate, because procrastination is triggered by stress, as far as I can understand. And so you got to rewrite the plan. You got to X off all the extra stuff and do just the most important thing, the most important things that will move the needle and do something. And then congratulate yourself with that, because it's important to celebrate overcoming these little obstacles, especially if you're someone who struggles with extreme procrastination and has really, really difficult time being productive, especially if you're self-employed or just have a lot of extra things that you're trying to do. Be sure to celebrate, just getting the ball rolling, making a new plan, and then doing that plan. Sure, you may not have done everything you had planned for the day, but at least you got out of that slump. You brought yourself out of it, and you still walked away from the day doing something. And so that would be my advice to you guys. Eat some protein, get something that helps your brain. And again, do whatever works best for you. If you notice a certain food helps you concentrate more, eat that. And write down the simplest, tiniest thing. And I find it helps to write it out so that you can focus on it, look at it, be like, okay, that one little thing. And once you get it started, it should be a lot easier to get the ball rolling. But if you don't have a plan, it'll be rolling right away into something meaningless and pointless. So make sure as soon as you do the first task, your second task is making a revised plan for the time that you have left. That way, it'll be a lot easier to it. And make sure it's a stress-free plan. If you cram your schedule, you're going to be stressed, and that triggers procrastination. So yeah, that's basically it. Thank you so much for being here, and I don't want to waste any more of your time. If you found that slightly helpful, like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And